Ladies and gentlemen, life at its core is an intricate dance of relationships, a delicate interplay of trust, care, and mutual respect. Yet, amidst this grand performance, there are those who do not stand beside us as partners but linger only as shadows, indifferent and self-serving. Today, let us unmask the behaviors of such people, those who, quite frankly, do not care about you. First, observe the indifference. These individuals are masters of neglect, showing little interest in your joys, your sorrows, or your ambitions. Your victories may pass unnoticed, and your struggles may meet silence. They lack curiosity for your essence, for the intricate mosaic that makes you you. Then consider their motives. Manipulation becomes their craft, subtle yet insidious. They may flatter when it suits them or offer a helping hand only when it furthers their own desires. To them, you are but a pawn on their board, your needs sacrificed to their ambitions. Pay heed to how they treat your boundaries. These are the ones who dismiss your time as trivial and your energy as expendable. They barge through the carefully drawn lines of respect, leaving behind a trail of disregard and depletion. And finally, note their absence during your darkest hours. When the storms of life descend and you stand battered and weary, their silence is deafening. They are not there to offer you solace or a guiding hand, for their presence is contingent upon convenience, not care. But here is the truth, my friends, you deserve better. You deserve people who stand steadfast in your corner, who honor your boundaries, and who rejoice in your victories as if they were their own. Let us therefore learn to recognize these 8 behaviors, not to harbor bitterness, but to cultivate wisdom. For in discerning who does not care for us, we sharpen our ability to cherish those who do. And therein lies the quiet strength that keeps the dance of life beautiful, purposeful, and profoundly ours. Life is a symphony of shared moments, woven together by connections that nourish our souls and give meaning to our existence. Yet within this intricate tapestry, there are those whose actions or lack thereof reveal a chilling indifference to your needs. They move through your life like ghosts, present but disconnected, their apathy a constant reminder of their detachment. Such people fail to see the depths of your emotions, the silent battles you fight, or the quiet victories you cherish. When you share your struggles or dreams, their response is often a hollow echo, devoid of genuine interest or empathy. Their gaze may seem attentive, but their mind is elsewhere, preoccupied with their own world. To them, your words are merely noise, not the heartfelt expressions of a person seeking connection and understanding. This indifference manifests in countless ways. Perhaps you've confided in someone during a moment of vulnerability, only to be met with disinterest or a swift change of subject. It's as if your pain or joy is an inconvenience, a detour from their own path that they're unwilling to take. They might offer superficial platitudes, words that sound kind but lack substance, or worse, they might dismiss your concerns altogether, leaving you feeling isolated and unseen. Even in moments when you need support the most, their absence is palpable. A phone call goes unanswered, a text is left unread, or an invitation is ignored. It's not that they're busy or overwhelmed, it's that they simply don't prioritize you. Their actions or inactions send a clear message your needs are not important to them. Over time, this indifference can erode your sense of self-worth. You might begin to question whether your feelings are valid or whether you're asking for too much. But let me assure you, the need for care, attention, and understanding is not a flaw, it's a fundamental part of being human. The problem lies not with you, but with those who lack the capacity or willingness to meet you where you are. Recognizing indifference is painful, but it's also liberating. It allows you to step back and reevaluate the relationships in your life. Are you investing your energy in people who truly see you, who listen to you with an open heart and respond with genuine concern? Or are you pouring yourself into connections that leave you feeling drained and unfulfilled? Indifference is a quiet yet profound betrayal, one that whispers of neglect and self-interest. But it also serves as a guide, steering you toward those who value and cherish you for who you are. Embrace this wisdom, for it is through such clarity that you will find relationships built on mutual care and respect, the kind of bonds that sustain and uplift us all. Manipulation is a subtle art, often hidden beneath layers of charm, flattery, and feigned concern. Those who prioritize self-gain above all else are adept at wielding manipulation as a tool to serve their own agendas, regardless of the cost to others. It is not always overt, in fact. The most insidious forms of manipulation often go unnoticed until the damage has been done. These individuals operate with a single focus: their benefit. To them, relationships are transactions and the currency is your trust, time, and energy. They present themselves as allies, as people who seemingly care about your well-being, but their actions betray their true intentions. They may shower you with compliments when they need something, appealing to your emotions to create a sense of obligation. It's not uncommon for them to perform small favors or acts of kindness, but these gestures are rarely selfless. Instead, they are calculated investments designed to secure your loyalty or to extract something they desire. The manipulation becomes clearer when you reflect on how their actions consistently lead to your compromise. They might subtly push you into situations that benefit them, even if it means sacrificing your comfort or goals. Their words are carefully chosen, not to inspire or uplift, but to control and influence. They may guilt you into compliance or play the victim to divert attention from their selfish motives. In doing so, they erode your confidence, making you doubt your instincts and, at times, even your values. These individuals thrive on imbalance. They may withhold support or affection as a means of keeping you dependent, ensuring that you seek their approval or validation. They might create scenarios that make you feel indebted to them, using your gratitude as leverage for future demands. This power dynamic allows them to maintain control, positioning themselves as indispensable in your life while subtly draining your emotional and mental resources. What makes this behavior particularly damaging is its effect on your sense of agency. Over time, you might feel as though your decisions are no longer entirely your own, as their influence begins to shape your choices and priorities. You may find yourself constantly accommodating their needs, often at the expense of your own, caught in a cycle that leaves you exhausted and unfulfilled. Understanding manipulation is not just about identifying the tactics, it's about recognizing the patterns. When someone consistently benefits from your sacrifices while offering little in return, it is a sign that their intentions are self-serving. True care is never about what someone can gain from you, it's about mutual respect, support, and shared growth. Breaking free from the grip of manipulation requires courage and self-awareness. It means reclaiming your boundaries and trusting your intuition, even when their charm or persuasion tries to sway you otherwise. Remember, relationships built on manipulation are not relationships at all. They are constructs of convenience for those who refuse to see beyond their own interests. In freeing yourself from these entanglements, you create space for connections grounded in authenticity and mutual respect, the kind that uplift rather than deplete. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define who we are, protecting our time, energy, and emotional well-being. They are not walls meant to shut others out, but rather guidelines for healthy interactions and mutual respect. Yet, there are people who disregard these boundaries, treating them as obstacles to be ignored or barriers to their desires. This lack of respect for boundaries is not merely thoughtless, it is often a deliberate act that prioritizes their wants over your needs. When someone disregards your boundaries, it can manifest in various ways, from the seemingly benign to the blatantly intrusive. They might interrupt your personal time, assuming their presence or demands take precedence over your rest or reflection. They may pressure you into commitments you're uncomfortable with, dismissing your no as negotiable or unimportant. It's as though your autonomy, the right to make decisions about your own life, becomes secondary to their agenda. This behavior often comes with an undercurrent of entitlement. These individuals believe they are owed your time, your attention, or your resources, regardless of the circumstances. They may impose on you without asking, assuming their needs are more significant or urgent. If you push back or try to enforce your boundaries, they might react with defensiveness, guilt-tripping, or even anger, making you feel as though you are the one at fault for standing your ground. Over time, this pattern can leave you feeling drained, resentful, and even questioning your own worth. When your boundaries are consistently ignored, it sends a message that your feelings and limits are insignificant. You may begin to doubt whether you deserve to have your space respected, leading to a cycle of over-accommodation and self-neglect. This lack of respect for boundaries is not just harmful to you, it also damages the foundation of any meaningful relationship. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual understanding and the recognition of each other's individuality. When someone refuses to honor your boundaries, they undermine that foundation, replacing respect with control and connection with exploitation. It's crucial to recognize that respecting boundaries is not a matter of convenience, it is a matter of principle. People who genuinely care for you will listen when you express your limits. They may not always agree, but they will honor them because they understand that respect is the cornerstone of trust and love. Those who persistently cross your boundaries, however, reveal their unwillingness to prioritize your well-being over their immediate desires. Reclaiming your boundaries is not an act of selfishness, it is an act of self-preservation. It requires clarity and assertiveness, a firm yet compassionate insistence on what you need to feel safe and valued. While it may be uncomfortable at first, setting and maintaining boundaries is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It sends a clear message you deserve relationships that respect your autonomy and nurture your growth. Remember, boundaries are not just about keeping the wrong people out, they are about inviting the right people in, those who value you not as a means to an end, but as a whole, complex and worthy individual. By honoring your boundaries and expecting others to do the same, you create space for relationships built on mutual respect, care and understanding, the kind of connections that enrich your life rather than diminish it. In life's most challenging moments, the presence of others can be a beacon of hope, a reminder that we are not alone. Difficult times often serve as a test for the strength of relationships, revealing who truly stands by us and who fades into the background. When someone is conspicuously absent during these periods, their absence speaks volumes about their priorities and their lack of genuine care. The absence during difficult times is often more than a physical void, it is an emotional and psychological one. You might reach out for comfort, support, or simply a listening ear, only to find silence on the other end. Calls go unanswered, messages are ignored, and your needs are met with excuses rather than action. Their absence can leave you feeling abandoned, as though your struggles are invisible or unworthy of their attention. What makes this absence particularly painful is the contrast it creates. During lighter, more joyful moments, these individuals may have been present, enjoying the good times with you. Yet, when the tides turn and life becomes heavier, they retreat, unwilling or unable to share the weight. It reveals a conditional nature to their involvement in your life, a willingness to participate only when it is convenient or beneficial for them. Such behavior highlights a lack of emotional investment. Caring for someone means being there not only when it's easy but also when it's hard. It means offering a hand to hold, a word of encouragement, or simply the quiet reassurance of presence. When someone chooses to be absent, it signals that they are unwilling to expend the effort required to support you during your darkest hours. This absence can manifest in subtle ways as well. They might offer empty words of support from a distance, making vague promises to be there but never following through. Or they might downplay your struggles, suggesting that your pain is not significant enough to warrant their involvement. Their detachment leaves you feeling dismissed and invalidated, compounding the difficulties you already face. Over time, this pattern of absence can erode trust and intimacy. Relationships are built on the foundation of reciprocity, on the mutual understanding that we will be there for one another when it matters most. When someone fails to show up during your times of need, it creates a rift, a silent acknowledgement that their commitment to the relationship is shallow at best. Recognizing this absence is both painful and empowering. It forces you to confront the reality of the relationship and the role this person plays in your life. While it's natural to want to hold on to connections, even flawed ones, it's important to ask yourself whether their absence during your struggles aligns with the kind of support and care you deserve. True care is steadfast. It does not waver in the face of hardship, instead, it grows stronger. The people who truly value you will show up, not because they have all the answers or solutions, but because they understand the importance of simply being there. Their presence, no matter how small, is a testament to their commitment and love. When someone is absent during your most challenging moments, take it as an opportunity to reevaluate. Focus on those who stand by you through thick and thin, who prove their care through their actions, not just their words. Surround yourself with people who bring light to your life, even in its darkest hours, and who remind you that you are worthy of unwavering support and love. As we reflect on these behaviors, indifference, manipulation, disregard for boundaries, and absence during hardship, we are reminded of a powerful truth: not everyone in our lives is meant to stay. Some connections exist to teach us, to sharpen our instincts, and to strengthen our resolve. But our energy, our time, and our hearts are far too precious to be spent on those who do not value them. Recognizing these traits is not about harboring resentment or closing ourselves off to others. It is about clarity, about learning to discern between relationships that uplift and those that drain. It is about prioritizing the people who care for us in ways that are real, steadfast, and true. When we surround ourselves with individuals who see us, respect us, and stand by us, we cultivate a life that is rich with meaning and love. So let us be vigilant in observing these behaviors, not with bitterness but with wisdom. And let us invest in the connections that nurture our souls, for they are the ones that make this journey worthwhile. Thank you.